What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it.
That was good.
Make important decisions
Yep.
in critical
Looks like we
situations.
just have one team on lobby. The other team doesn't join by the time like a minute hits. We'll send the timer just a bit, if anything.
Sweet.
We have
Becoming a
Kean
leader is a
University
choice
in
not
lobby
everyone
currently.
Oh,
wants
thank
to
you.
make.
Yeah.
I am writing that down, baby.
Calling the shots,
That's 3 less I gotta do after.
inspiring others to follow in any environment.
Indemnity, sauce, and red blur.
It's not for everyone.
Sauce and
If
red
you wanna
blur.
learn to make
Easy.
big decisions,
Yeah.
start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Dude, one time I had someone whose name was Akatsuki, and oh my god, dude, I realized it right away. It was like a Naruto thing, but whoops you just goes, or no, it wasn't whoops you. It was Gigabyte's little brother. Dang it, Oddfellow. He goes Akatsuki. And I just kept on saying it the right way. This kid is like tripling down. I'm like, dang, this is so
Okay,
funny.
I have to leave the topic. I can't. I got it. No, don't say it like that. Never say it like that.
No, I'm actually like saying you're good. Okay, good.
No, I'm meaning because you said Akatsuki. I'm like,
Oh, no. I thought you made me see it.
no, it wasn't worth it. I heard someone say
Oh, let's go.
And I promise I'm trying to before you come
Say Amatsu,
Oh, Matsugachi. Matsugachi.
so like
Crunch it up.
it was like Tamagotchi in a way, yeah, something like that, I guess. Yeah. So if anything, I also press capture you guys as well between after the goals or make the countdown happens. I'll press capture you guys in just for like a couple seconds. Yeah, because unlike ESU view package, we won't have the unbearable lag when we tapped in. I don't know why. Whenever I stream it, it always has a terrible like FPS drop, so I'm always tapped down on Rocket League. If not, it'll just be horrible FPS.
Yeah.
So, ooh, this is technically week 5 or what?
Week 5, yeah. CAC.
That works.
Yeah, posted it in like ECAC. Yeah, so ECAC week 5, Kean University 1-3 versus Wayne State 4.
Oh, 1-3 or 1-4? Shoot.
1-3.
Let me just check what I had.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for the kids, just kids that's wealth years and years.
Oh, you might be looking at Pulse 21. For some reason, it goes that way. I don't know why.
The odds is real big, jobs that's real big.
So to tell you what I have, the Kean Cougars is 1-3, and then Wayne State is 4-0.
The only way that I can live.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
We got some new fun facts posted in the Latch at ECAC.
Got it.
Nice. Thank you for the heads up, dude. It did start me on 2021. That is
Got you.
as interesting.
Sounds
Okay,
good.
cool.
Oh, looks like bad news will be a sub today and for Icy.
Got it.
You believe the best offense is a good
I want to
defense.
talk about that as well.
We've got a great
And
way to
after
prove
like
that
a
theory.
minute or so, then
Explore more than 200
Hito
careers
will
at
push us in
GoArmy.com.
to in-game after you guys do your introduction. Or however long you guys need.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable
Wait,
essay.
one more time?
I mean,
Sorry?
I've tried everything.
Oh, however you guys long need for
Literally
introduction after you guys like
Oh,
introduce teams and
a
we'll just push
minute.
in again.
A minute.
Minute? Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah, when the Atomic sends it back to me, you can send these guys in again.
Got it. Looks like we're almost ready. I'll let you guys go.
That is comfortable.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com. We all got a thing.
Greetings, everybody, and welcome to the Rocket League action of Esports U. We got the ECAC Fall 2022 week number 5. My name is Pirate J. I got Atomic beside me. And Atomic, we've got two stellar teams, Kean University and Wayne State College, up to bat. They're on deck. They're ready to go. Sounds like a good matchup to me.
Yeah, no, this is a good matchup, and I'll tell you why. You know what? And both of these teams have had a win so far in their respective regular season. Kean Cougars are coming in 1-3, and Wayne State College is, well, they're 4-0, so they're going to be the big boss battle here for Kean Cougars. Well, you got some pretty good players to fight them for that.
Yeah, we were checking out the ranks, right? Grand Champion 2. If you're not familiar with that rank, it's good. That's all you need to know, all right? But I think I saw at least one player like that from Kean University. So listen, I'm looking for striking on both sides of the pitch here tonight. Remember, folks, in ECAC, it is a best of 7. So long series here for these players to get their heels in the dirt, get those wheels all messy, and ride around and see what they can do. Atomic, I think the players are ready. I think we're ready. So let's cut the chit chat, get to action. 5 minutes on the clock for game number 1. Let's get into it.
Yeah, base will set the tone for the rest of the series here, Pyro, and both teams definitely don't want to give up a goal early. We'll see how this kickoff goes into a balance. And Pyro, already we are seeing the 3 people on the field. Amatsugaki, Fluff, or WSC, and for Kean, it's Sauce, Red Blur, and Indemnity.
We've got the color coordination down pat on the stream, on the game right here, right now. We've got demolitions on the field, explosions, everything Atomic you could ask for in Rocket League.
You know what? I will say, yeah, the physicality has already come out to play. You know, a lot of people are talking recently. The demos, are they scummy? Are they, here to stay? Obviously, they're here to stay. But you've had some professional players hit 20 in one game. You've had, myself try to go for every demo in the book that I can. I'm interested to see how the physical play happens in this game.
Always factor, always disruption. It's something you gotta think about when players are trying to maybe shift up the tactics. It's not why you don't see a lot of it to start out the game, because players want to see if their tried and true methods or strategies on rotations and the regular suited Rocket League fit them just nice. Disruption not always the primary mechanism unless you're a team like version 1 in the RLCS. Meanwhile, it is Kean Blue with maybe the best chance here down the field. Bad news, trying to get something going there in the corner, but still locked into their back third here as Kean continue to press on.
Yeah, but the mentality here on Wayne State is this is one of their few breakthroughs that they've had. They've been on defense almost the entirety of the game, and one of their first breakthroughs, they go ahead and score here, Pyro.
Good transition here on the offense for Wayne State. You can tell they wanted to make this moment count, right? Catch the defense off guard, press through. There's some crashing on the boards, good pass off the backboards. Good chemistry, honestly, from Wayne State. And you really look for a team who can hold that synergy when they transition between sides of the field, right? That's where a lot of teams end up missing out. Some of the cohesion that they can have the passing plays, but it was clear that everyone was going to press forward in that moment. Get the opening goal of this series, and that's the tempo setter that you were looking for, Tommy.
Yeah, the tempo setter, I think you're completely right on that. And the tempo also sets in way the creativity that both of these teams will develop, and how, their offensive strategies will come in from their defense. You already saw WSC, and how they develop their defense into their offense with a few infield passes. They're doing it again here, but this time on defense. And they'll do a good job of controlling it and clearing it. And it'll be sent right back their way. Look at this, a passing play attempt as well happening once again for WSC, but Kean University are able to deal with it again and again.
Yeah, you mentioned creativity. They're showing up big time. Amatsugaki almost had the nuttiest redirect into the top corner. I really want to see more opportunities like that transpire. Amatsugaki still haggling towards their opponent's box. They cannot find that second touch after a shot hits the crossbar. They want to press forward. Still, Indemnity looking for a route out of their own half. Can't find it. Flush. Transitioning backwards. Bad news. Can't get past Indemnity. There's a clear to the other side. Most of the counterattacks for Wayne State have worked out with these passing plays. The Matsugaki again, just a near miss on the ball. Off of the crossbar though, goes bad news, and they got something to work with.
Yep, another goal coming in from Wayne, but not without some opportunities that Kean just couldn't finish on, and they get punished for it on, once again, a transition from defense to offense.
I think there needs to be a little more presence on the backboard right now for Kean Blue. Both shots right now are passes right off of the bare backboard of Kean Blue. There, just leave it wide open for Wayne State College to take advantage of. If there's defenders that are ready to send those away, maybe even get some air dribbles, some extra touches off of their clears from the backboard, or connect with someone midfield, that's the thing that can sort of set the tempo in the way for this team. Right now, though, they're struggling to keep that backboard closed up right now. On the other side, press forward, trying to get something to work with here in game one.
Exactly what you said. You know, those infield passes, the creativity, like I mentioned before, it's what is going to matter, especially for Kean to go and try to equalize this game or mitigate it at least as much as possible. They only have 50 seconds to do so. Indemnity getting it clear, but it's going right back to Matsugachi, and he's not able to finalize that one, but they are still on the offensive attack. They're going to get bumped off the side wall. This might be a breakthrough for Kean. If they can just get a beat, they will. Matsugachi is not able to clear. They'll have a third man trying to take a shot. It's just going to be too high. No one on the backboard, and a few hits that just aren't able to come to fruition here, Pyro.
Oh yeah, chances on a silver platter here, but it comes down to clinicality. Those shots aren't coming, but the demos are. Big bump of the goal line, enabling Red Blur the shot. Those saved immediately, blocked by Flush. Wayne State College ready to clamp down upon any percolating opportunities. Still, the late game, game number one, single digits on the clock now. Final shot coming out of Wayne State College. Is it enough? I think we got a twofer here on the goal line, but they'll come out with a donut, nothing. Still, just 2 goals on the scoreboard. That's all they're gonna need. Ball can stay alive as long as it wants that game one win in favor of Wayne State College in the best of 7.
Yeah, my goodness, what a convincing victory that is as well. We are on pace to still seeing the Wayne State Warriors go 5-0 after that first game. They have all the momentum going into the rest of the series. This is, however, a best of 7 momentum in the first game. May not mean as much, but I mean, to be a shutout victory in game 1, that's still got to mean as much as it possibly can.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is an undefeated team. You expect them to go undefeated in every single game, and they might as well with that shutout against Kean University. But, you know, Wayne State College, I do still want to see more from this team. I got to be honest. Yeah, the shot counts aren't bad. 5-3 could be better given how much presence they had on the offensive side. I don't think they gave themselves enough tries that they really could have had in this game. I know it's maybe a little too critical to be harping down on the team that just won, but this is the undefeated team right now at ECAC. This is a team that wants to send a call across every mountain range, and we are the team to beat. A 2-0 lead here, I don't know if it's enough to make that a dominant call, Atomic, so maybe they'll feel even more energized in this game number 2 to do just that and make this work for them. Though, game 2, and a chance maybe for Kean University to score their very first goal in this series, draw first blood. Will happen in this next one. We'll see what they got, Atomic.
Yeah, well, here's hoping, you know what I mean? It isn't guaranteed, however, it is very unlikely that they don't score again. It would be quite the feat as well. So, I see, one moment. Pyro, oh, sorry. Okay. But yeah, this game number 2 is where, you know, everything's going to matter here, Pyro.
Yeah, it appears so. I mean, listen, we can talk about what wasn't there for WSC, but for Kean University, we got to hit those shots, okay? That was the big thing that we missed. Tried for the backboard tries, tried to rip a page out of the strategy book, you know, from Wayne State. That's how they were scoring their goals. That might be how they score the opening one here in game 2. Ball just batting right off of that backboard once again. Kean Blue able to survive for a moment now. Indemnity will get a save on the scoreboard there. Takes that away. Sauce wants to cherry pick this shot immediately. A hard one down the line, and maybe it's some hard shots like that that could surprise Wayne State.
Yep, and they will continue to do that over and over again. They must break the 0-goal barrier. They will draw blood at some point, and I think when they do, they're going to feel themselves. They're going to know that they were able to at least score and beat Kean in some way, somehow. There might be a possibility here. They're playing defense. Bad news. Will do a good job of clearing it away over to the corner to his teammate behind it now. Using the side wall and extending himself to get there. Red Blur with the 50. That is not too good. That might be a shot in. Oh, it's going to hit the post. And we're going to go the other way with Kean. But intercepted by WSC.
Oh, bad news again to the goal line, but we've got 3 defenders there for Kean Blue to lock it up, so nothing to worry about too much if you're a Kean Blue fan. But if you have a Matsugachi on the ball for Wayne State, I think that's the one thing right now to worry about for Kean Blue. This player has put in some unreal touches on the ball. They're earning extra touches in some of the air dribbles. They've had these redirect chances as well. It's going to be a double demo to lead this into a 2v2 situation. Could open up some scoring lanes for Wayne State. You get the respawn, you get the double commit. Kean Blue to keep that ball away. It just seems like, despite the demolitions, Atomic, Matsugachi, every time they're on the ball, it's a threatening aura.
You know what? I am going to go ahead and relate with you on that one as well, but I'm going to go ahead and push back a little bit. I think bad news is the one to worry about. You know, Matsugachi, yeah, sure, he's a shabby. He's setting up the plays. But man, does bad news know how to take a shot and make it dangerous? Kean, will have to deal with both of them respectively. They're going to go up the side wall. Flash going to challenge both of them. Are going to go for what has been designed as a whifty here in the game. And they will continue to press up the field. One player goes by, 2 players go by, and Matsugachi almost was able to go down the entire pitch without having anyone touch the ball, but that was cut short there, Pyro. And we go back up once again on the corner wall.
Monster clear. Something Kean Blue, I think, really needed to reset this defense. It was looking a little bit suspect for them. Matsugachi, good 50-50 to keep that ball rolling, flush, ready for this. On the side wall, that speaks to their positioning, the rotation on offense. Are always ready for that next player to slot in. It's flush once again in that Honda Civic. Just can't find a way around it though. Matsugachi next flips it into the midfield. 2 players commit on that. That leaves Matsugachi as the final defender. Can't get there in time. Sauce sees it. That's the first strike for Kean Blue.
And not only is it the first strike, but that is an uncontested strike. Wayne State have not scored. They are successfully in the lead. And I personally am very, very happy. And that Kean are going to be also well-deserved. They have 4 saves on defense, more than double than what Wayne State has. Wow. Pyro, did you just see that?
Yeah, the woodwork's playing a big favor right now for Wayne State. I think that was inches away from being yet another for Kean Blue. Almost had a really good bounce off of that ceiling, but hey, I'll give it to these players. The ceiling plays are becoming a big part of the meta lately for Rocket League. You have Kean from Furia and NA right now, working with the flip resets coming off the ceiling, getting those extra touches. It doesn't matter what shot or what defenders are in the way. There's nothing there for Kean Blue. It's open season for Wayne State as they score the equalizer.
Yep, and he will press that button. That will go all the way. Flush in. Flush scores that one in for Wayne State. We are tied up 1-1 here, Pyro. And Kean had a short moment of being in the lead. And, well, they're not losing. They're tied here. And I have a lot of hope here for them. As, you know, they scored early and they honestly broke out the other team. They just made a little bit of a mistake on the 3rd man.
Oh, get there, Flush. Great flip. Oh, the next flip off the ceiling is picked up by a Matsugachi. This was a big vulnerable moment for Kean Blue with the aerial prowess from Flush. And Matsugachi saw that, took the moment for what it was, and finished the play. Great heads-up movements from Wayne State. Now they've got the lead. Atomic. So Kean Blue, despite scoring their first, are now on the back end with a minute remaining.
Yeah, and you know what? You were right to say the word prowess. It was the prowess of his just ability to kind of hold the ball in midair after his ceiling flip reset. There we go. That led to that goal. Kean just could not combat it. They will try to revive this as they have all three behind the ball here. Pass over to midfield. A shot coming in, just going to be wide. Now we have 2 men on it, but a man named Flush will get in the way. He will clear it to the other side. We have an aerial for bad news. That will be just a little bit short of where the ball actually is, but they are not relenting. Another shot goes in, and off the crossbar in. Flush scores.
I wanted to credit Kean on their passing plays in the midfield. That was looking like their best shot taking, but now it's a Matsugaki who sees Flush on the other end. It's a cross from the other side of the field over to him. The bar, Dilly, Bardowski, call it whatever you want. That's another goal for Wayne State. And they're looking to make this red carpet run down to the final seconds of game 2 and tack another tally, another win on the scoreboard.
And they will continue. There's only 10 seconds left, and you can just say Wayne State have taken game number 2. Pyro Kean to go back to the drawing board, figure out what went wrong here in this game. I'll tell you a little bit of it. It's the infield passes from WSC, and they are just showboating here on the field.
Feels a little like showboating when you see Flush hang around from the sidewall, go off the ceiling, flip it over, and then Matsugaki giving literally no respect to the defense, double committing effectively on the play and saying, yeah, I think I'm still going to hang around and just score this ball. It feels almost BM-like in a way. But Wayne State, the undefeated crew, that's how you got to play. You got to play with confidence. You got to show that on the field. I think with the commitments that they're making right now, they're doing just that. Kean University, their best look into getting this match is to punish Wayne State for their overcommitment. Because that's a double commitment. You can't draw that any other way. If you get a block on that shot, you've got a great opportunity for a counterattack. So, kind of picking up the speed a little bit, playing at the tempo of Wayne State and making them punish for those situations could work out in favor for Kean.
And there was a moment there where they were playing at the tempo. They were playing above tempo of Wayne State, but they couldn't keep it up. But I mean, Wayne State, the way they were playing, if there was like a Tony Hawk point modifier, if you ever played that game, I think Matsugaki would probably have like an astronomical number that's flipping off the ceiling and passing it to his teammates. It was absolutely nuts. And I think we're going to expect to see more of that. How does Wayne State keep it up, and how does Kean respond? It's all up here in game number 3.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 was favorite line on PlayStation 2. Big shout out to the Tony Hawk franchise. I don't know. One of these days, Rocket League, they'll introduce a mode where the most flips you get off the ball, you get a times 2, times 3, times 4. That's a -1 of defenders there for when Wayne State as they're bumped out of the play. Kean Blue trying to take advantage of the moment, but it's Wayne State, as ever, to recover quickly, to speed up to the ball, set the tempo once again. It's not like they're just a tough team to beat.
Yeah, Ben, I mean, they are a tough team to beat. Look at their pre-jumps coming up on the side wall. They are not letting Kean University have any ability in setting up a passing play from their own side. I mean, they are putting pressure where in the backfield from the other team. They're putting it on their defense. It's everywhere for Wayne State so far. Kean need to find some more creative ways to kind of get away from these players. They just need to be a little bit outsped, like you said, tempo earlier.
Well, we'll see if the pacing increases or if Wayne State are just going to continue to have their way. I think I've seen this play before. A Matsugaki just waiting for the ball to plummet down in the zone, the scoring zone that is massive dunk to get Wayne State on the right foot.
Someone call Plankton. That's how you make a Krabby Patty. He just slammed that burger right on down and scored it in. Wayne State take another lead early on here, and how Kean respond here is with a little bit of offense. Sauce behind it, but Flush will respond very quickly, and Magachi was going to be right in the way. Another goal for Wayne State, and Kean are slipping a little bit away.
I mean, feed the beast at this point. You know what I mean? Like, a Matsugaki just again and again ready to cherry pick every moment. There's no reason he should be pushed up that far on the play. Let's be honest. You're rotating on defense because that possession isn't yours until the moment Flush sends that ball forward. But of course, a Matsugaki is ready. He's filing in for that shot as well. He is ever present to just coagulate the sweat on the forehead of Kean Blues players. It's that simple. That is the reason that they are terrified in this moment, and they're playing a little scared. Some missed touches, some plays where they're just not on the mark. Bad news! Oh boy, that's a shot.
I mean, yeah, so the pitch off the sidewall, that's normal. And then the shot that doesn't hit the ground with his aerial that is spinning 5 times, that's normal as well. So Wayne State are doing everything normal. That said, no one ever. They're absolutely doing amazing things here on the pitch. And Kean, honestly, if I was on the field, I'd be pretty surprised as to what is happening to me right now.
Kean University, head on a swivel. That's what's necessary in this game. Gets Wayne State down 0-3, half the game left. If one team can do it, then so can they. That's the mindset they're gonna need to keep themselves level-headed in this match. And there is indemnity on the goal line. Great perseverance there to be able to withstand yet another shot from Kean Blue, and honestly the vigilance as well, just to be well positioned on the shot. Can they turn it into a scoring opportunity though? One defender left, Flush easily clear that away as the shot never connects for Kean Blue. Another opportunity gone dry, but there's a setup here. Flush turns it away for Kean Blue to restart.
Yeah, Ben, I like the way you were thinking there, Pyro. You said that was an amazing save with some pretty good positioning. What that tells me is Kean University, they're adjusting. They're making sure they're not just letting the same infield passes hurt them time and time again. However, another one is coming in from Flush. It's going to go off the ceiling. Red Blur behind it. Pass on to Matsugachi. He will get one to Flush, but not without some interference coming in from Kean. And this is the perseverance that you were just talking about. They are doing it time and time again. They're behind it. Here he goes again. Matsugachi is kind of doubling up with his teammate, but nothing that Red Blur cannot handle from Kean. Kean are going to give the ball a bit away now. Flush behind it. A 50-50 coming in the midfield. Bad news. Up for a shot. Will it get through? It will. 4-0. And WSC have really doubled their goals in the past minutes.
You know what? He's an RN genius, but there's no luck associated with these shots. That is pure skill. They're right on target from the shot he had from the top ropes right under the crossbar to that one where he was able to angle his car back into the shot. There was some acrobatics needed on that play, and maybe a little more luck needed for Kean Blue on that one. Somehow, a combination of the defenders and the woodwork are going to kick that ball to the curb, and a minute remains on the clock for Kean Blue to somehow gain some ground in this series. No better way than to start it now.
Pyro, we have a minute 10, okay? Listen, if they're able to start fixing some problems at the 2-minute mark with the infield passes and then score a goal at a minute, that means that they've kind of fixed themselves in a minute, right? I think that's a pretty good trace of you know, improvement. I think that we are now set for 5 more goals from them. That is what I'm concurring.
Okay, I like it. I like the expert analysis here from my co-caster, Atomic. Always on the ball here is Red Blur, as is Bad News. Listen, he's got 2 goals in this game. He's even got an assist, almost 100% goal participation. There's a little too many players that participated in this play here. The ball's in the corner, Flush is there, but the shot, the touch, the defense never arrives. 2 goals down, Atomic, 2 to go.
Hey, you know, I do not miss, I say. And you know what? I think we're going to have to go to Bad News. We're going to have to let them know something. And I think it just might rhyme with Rad Views. Bad news.
How about Bad News and Matsugachi? Listen, Atomic, you and I both said these were the players to watch, right? Why not do it in dynamic duo fashion? Okay, this is what we've been waiting to see, that kind of stuff. Don't count Flush out. All right, he doesn't have any shots registered in this game, but listen, 2 assists. Absolutely a part of this game. Speaking of devil, Flush says, what about me?
Speaking of the devil, speak of Flush, man. I mean, look at, I mean, this is just, you can't get a better flick. I mean, it's still going up when it hits the top right corner. I can't, like, when that happens in real soccer, that's impressive. To do it in Rocket League, that's just another level, man. I mean, they shut Kean stayed up. They had a little bit of momentum going. They scored 2 goals in 20 seconds.
Oh.
They're taking more shots. They're just not letting up. They want to make sure, you know what, we're going to go 4-0 in this series, and they're en route to do so with the amount of momentum they've had carrying it from game 1.
There you go. No better way to establish your dominance than give your opponents a miniature flame, a bit of candlelight of faith, of hope, and then wipe it away. No, extinguish it. The response from Wayne State was massive, and it was more than enough to give them a lead, a massive lead in this series. We're now at 3-0. It's long best of 7. The undefeated Wayne State seem like they are readying themselves for the finish line of this series. But you know what, Atomic? We saw some blips, some lightning in a bottle moments for Kean University. What is it for you that they need to really, what strengths do they need to arm themselves with to get a chance in this game 4?
Yeah, no, and I think you're right. The lightning in the bottom moments, they're happening. I would even say that there's a prized player on their team that I think can really take them to the next level if they realize it. You know, you said lightning at bottom, more like a blur. I think it's got a particular color. I think it's red blur. It's coming to me now. Okay, it's going to my head. He had 5 shots there in that game, double or more than anybody. Well, bad news had 6, but there's 6 goals in the field, so that's a give me, right? But Red Blur had a lot of offensive opportunities there for Kean. If they are allowing Kean to kind of dictate the offense, maybe give it over to Indemnity to dictate the defense, I think they can really flesh out a new type of game plan and a way to beat Wayne State. And something that seems unsurmountable really isn't all that hard. They've had the lead before. Can they get there early again?
That's right. It was early on that Game Blue found their first lead in game number 2 with the opening goal. Red Blur, just that player to maybe find it. So close on the read. The final punch is going to be it. From the right to the left hook to the uppercut. It's Indemnity to score first.
Yeah, they're bobbing and weaving. I mean, Wayne State did not want to get punched there, but they got one right in the face as they were dodging a left hook. Kean will go on the board early, and with the pass from Red Blur over to Indemnity, those two, like you said, do have those lightning in a bottle moments, and how many more of those do they have? It's up to them.
It really is. Demolitions on the field, 2v2 for a moment. Sauce just respawns right under the ball. Says who, me? Well, no. How about you, Amatsagachi? You are right in position for this shot. It's sent down. Bad news. Has space, has time. He's up the ceiling. There's a flip still to be had here. 50-50 just doesn't go his way. But you can tell Wayne State, they are feeling very empowered after conceding the first goal.
Yeah, that or, I mean, they poked the bear here. They've anchored them early. And if the momentum from getting an early goal is just so much, there's a couple more shots coming in. Wayne State have been on defense for the past 2 minutes. How much longer will they allow that to happen? Amachagachi trying to turn it the other way, but he will give it right back over to Kean using the side wall. Gaining some upfield progression. Indemnity must race to this ball. There will be a 50-50 in the midfield. It will be won by Bad News. Wayne State will send it across, and they will continue to be on that side. Now it is their time to be on the offensive third.
Held off quite well so far against Wayne State here. Kean Blue. They make this shot count, though. Matsugagi coming around the right side so he can fend it off, and around the left post manages to do that quite well. Careening on the sideline now is Bad News, but he's giving up the ball. Flush sees that coming, though. He's in position there, still on the right side of the field to kick it away and following up the ball in unison. Bad News don't give him this chance. Up the backward of Matsugagachi's going to be the last player there, but 2 defenders rise up for Kean Blue to kick it away to a safer zone, the corner of the field where few players can shoot and score. Kean Blue, again, fending off a harsh offensive from Wayne State. They are thinking and looking, I think, much more cohesive on defense.
Yeah, exactly, and the Wayne State they are in a lot of awkward but prosperous opportunities. On one hand, they can go ahead and give up a third man, take that shot that is ever so risky, and try to beat a player to the ball, or they can, kind of play it safe, maybe wait to use that third man to make sure that they have another third man to get back in time. And it seems to me that they are betting on the long game, waiting to tie this up whenever there is a clear and crystal mistake from Kean to strike and sink their fangs into the flesh of this fight.
Wayne State, that's gonna be it. Matsugachi again, the one to get things rolling for Wayne State. Believe it or not, this was only their second shot registered in this game. It feels like they have had so much more pressure than that, but comes down to the clinicality of the shot taking, the precision, and the shots there. The equalizer, Wayne State tie it up.
When I was talking about a player on Wayne State that was a little bit hesitant to release their third-man position, it was, in fact, Matsugachi. But when he knew that there was a mistake on Kean and he had ability to beat every player on that field and get a clinical and pixel-perfect shot, he took his chance. That is a good way to tie this game up. They will be waiting to do that again. Kean University now need to step it up, try to win this game, keep competitive here in this series.
We're already down to the final 2 minutes here. And Kean Blue, we've seen them have the early lead, and we've seen it go so far against them afterwards. So can they elicit some response? It takes some grit, it takes some resiliency. We've seen moments, but we need to see more consistency. There has to be a defender here. Indemnity ready for that shot from Bad News, but are they ready for more? Sauce able to have that backboard positioning, something we've asked for since game 1. They've improved on that most certainly. Sauce's last defender is Red Blur. Them off the field, but Bad News. Oh, this is cream of the crop for him. Double tap every time. Massive goal for Wayne State.
I mean, there wasn't even really a mistake. I mean, they had a player up for the potential shot, but the double tap opportunity that Bad News gave himself, pass it to himself, scored it himself, makes this a lead here once again for Wayne State, and I gotta say, it's just well deserved.
Definitely feels like that. Kean Blue, their backboard has been vulnerable at moments, and you can certainly tell when those moments could have gone better for them if they had had someone up for them. But Bad News continues to be an absolute nuisance for them. It may continue to be just that. 37 seconds could be just the time that we spend left on this field that Wayne State could win this series in sweeping fashion. Maybe another goal could seal the deal. It's on the goal line. Sauce bumped into the save, bumped into the ball again. Matsugashi can't bring that ball around the goal line, but Bad News is there to put it on target. Red Blur, it keeps the team alive for a few seconds longer.
And they will continue to just try to get this ball up. Let's see if Wayne State will get too greedy with this lead. And if Kean have a chance. Now, they have possession. Going up the side wall. There's a pass over to the midfield. There's a 2 players up. That will go straight to the ground. Wayne State will sweep their way to a 5-0 season record. A 4-0 series record, and man, I mean, I can't see someone deserving it more. That double tap especially solidified the deal for me to say, man, the better team kind of came out on top today.
Yeah, it's a fantastic effort, I think, from everyone. Flush just being the facilitator of this Wayne State team, and Matsugashi and Bad News tearing it up. No matter who it was, they were sending through the goals, and they were working the backboard all along. Kean University, despite their 1-3 record, now 1-4, they have some work to do, but this was not a bad showing against an undefeated team. That last game, just a 1-point game. They've had other efforts where they were in the lead, kept the scoreline close. They show signs of potential. Sometimes it comes down to that consistency. So, congratulations to Wayne State College. Indeed, an undefeated run here so far. Folks, we're not quite done, though, broadcasting the action here. We have more to talk about. We'll get an interview with one of the winners from Wayne State College, so don't go anywhere. Stick around.
Yeah.
The thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. take it to where it means everything. Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it, and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer. Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment, at any scale. It's not for everyone, but if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Good Good evening, everybody. Welcome on back to the ECAC Esports action. We're here, week 5, just witnessed the sweep city from Wayne State College against Kean University, Rocket League Blue, and graced by the presence of one of these winners from Wayne State, Flush. Welcome on into the broadcast. Thank you so much for speaking with us. You extend your undefeated record here. How are you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. It's just another win in the books, though.
Hey, that's all it takes, right? It's just another win. All right, Atomic, what do you got for our friend here, Flush?
Yeah, man, he's got the mentality of steel. But what I will say is, you obviously have 2 other teammates, and you got a coach. You got probably, some type of manager in some way, or some esports director over at Wayne State. Tell me about the esports program. Do you have like a esports kind of room? Is there like PCs in there? Are you just playing from your dorm rooms? What's going on over there?
Yeah, we actually have a facility for our esports area, so we have a bunch of computers where we can go to and play our games.
Oh wow, yeah, that's super cool. I love to hear about colleges entering the esports scene, and then also providing their players not just with like the PCs that they bring from their house, but like giving them stuff that is industry standard, something they can play on reliably, and will maybe be fixed by some kind of sponsor, right? So it's super cool, and with that. You also have your 2 teammates with you all the time, and I know that you must you're pretty good at the team. Is there anybody out of your 2 teammates, your coaches, that has so far in this season outshone or shown up to scrims and just been kind of like the MVP per se?
Oh yeah, for sure. Bad News is actually a rookie this year, so he's shown a lot of improvement throughout the season, and we've grown a lot together. And Amatsu is just a really great player, so far we're doing really well.
For sure. Well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of ideal. And Pyro, I think we've seen, he's got some really good aspects in his play, but he's also able to give out some compliments over to his teammates.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of your play style, Flush, it looked like you were trying to be a leader in the way you enabled your teammates, right? Bad News and Amatsu. I saw a lot of cross-court clears from you to your teammates, just trying to get them involved. I saw a reset off the ceiling where he just dumped it right down to Amatsu. Is that a typical role for you to play in a match, or was that just kind of how the day went?
A little bit of both, but yeah, that's typically how I play, is where I basically try to control the game, give possession to my teammates, and they can do whatever they want with the ball.
Yeah, I feel like that doesn't get talked enough. That's really a huge leadership role to do that. So, hey, congratulations, Flush. I think your team is really well synergized, the way you guys play, the way you guys show up for each other, and you deserve a pat on the back. I'll give you a shot here to give out any shout outs that you like.
Well, my shout outs will only be for my teammates and my coach, who actually started this for us. So our coach has coached us through 3 years of esports now. So all credit goes to him.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Well, shout out to the coach then. What's the coach's name?
His name is Nico.
All right, Coach Nico. Awesome work getting this team together and doing what you guys do today, giving us good Rocket League. From Wayne State College, we have had Flush, thank you so much for today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Well, folks, you heard from Flush and you heard from Wayne State College. An incredible sweep today against Kean University. That is Wayne State continuing their undefeated run here on the esports ECAC broadcast. Now, don't forget, folks, I've had Atomic beside me for this wonderful cast. Atomic, thank you so much for the wonderful broadcast. We've had Prof Layton and Hero on the back end, making things crystal clear and beautiful for you all. I myself have been Pyro J. Thank you so much for joining us on some Rocket League collegiate action. You can always find the best of the best here on ECAC Esports. And folks, we will be sure to join you with more esports very soon here. We'll see you then.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
We all got a thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means everything. Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer. Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment, at any scale. It's not for everyone, but if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar. I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' as kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big. Jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must've got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' as kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
We all got a thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means everything. Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it, and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer. Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment, at any scale. It's not for everyone, but if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar. I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
We all got a thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means everything. Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it, and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer. Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment, at any scale. It's not for everyone, but if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of...
Welcome in, everybody, here to Albany, taking on Wayne State College. Wayne State College gets their second appearance on the ECAC side today, but that was in Rocket League. We're on to Overwatch 2 now. Clutchy alongside Twin Salty here. And first time we're together, but this is going to be good fun. Both of these teams in a 2-0 position from the very get-go. Albany with the 3-0 wins against Greenville and Husson JV team. Meanwhile, the Wildcats of Wayne State getting themselves a 3-0 wins over SUNY Poly and Ball State Club. So this is going to be an interesting match. 2-0 to start through 3 weeks, and one of these teams is going to fall to 2-1. Unfortunately, they're going to get their first loss, and so this is going to be a tight game from the looks of it.
Yeah, it looks to be a phenomenal game tonight. As you said, like, they haven't dropped a map so far. Granted, it's a small sample size. It's 2 weeks. But it is a good way to start your season. Now you really play probably your first test of the year. And another 2-0 team, 6-0 on map count. And now I think teams are really gelling into what Overwatch 2 is and the metas and kind of how you play push. And I'm kind of curious to see what we see from these teams tonight.
Yeah, and there's a lot of different things that can go on, especially with different metas, right? And we know Kiriko has recently been dropped into the competitive scene as well, so that might change up a little bit of different things. We've seen some news where, Overwatch League teams have kind of experimenting with Kiriko, right? With the Lucio, Kiriko, Winston, and some sort as well. So there could be different matchups coming out as well. Although we could see some of the classic ones, right? We've seen a lot of different compositions with Baptiste or Lucio or just all kinds of things. Lucio kind of up there with one of the top healers right now in the higher elos at least. So we'll see what gets pulled out. Although the map set is already pulled out. So the first map that we're going to have here is Busan. And we were talking about this behind the scenes as well. Busan, one of those maps where it's kind of not often picked necessarily by some of the teams. It's more or less just there when it's preset.
Yeah, it seems like if you want to play a map that has a lot of the same qualities as Busan, like, oh, you're probably going to play Lijiang or you're probably going to play Nepal. But this time around, going over to Busan, and as you kind of talked about already, we're going to be seeing a pretty simple here. Not simple, but kind of the meta kinds of been coming out. I was kind of a little surprised to see the Baptiste instead of the Kiriko. So as you said, the Lucio with Kiriko has been really good as of late, especially in these Zarya comps, but both teams electing to go with something we're more familiar with that battle.
So underway here with the Mecha base. Diving right in, and so close already. Ski's just going to dive right in. They have the Zarya bubble. Zarya's been the meta pick thus far. No changes since that October 25th patch with the Halloween Terror. So Zarya's still optimal in this kind of situation. Again, you can see how far in Ski is going, but that cost him his life. Although it is traded out for the DPS side. Her does go down. Both sides pretty much running very similar comps here, like you were saying. So for right now, it looks like the Sojourn for the Genji trade is going to be enough for Albany to just go on in, try to take the point cap first. And right now, somebody's going to have to drop already. The fight continues on. It's the first split, though, for Albany, and it's looking pretty decent thus far. High charge for Sunny as well. Immortality field already having to be used, and this is just going on, and there's no winner quite yet. Ski going down very early again, but this time if you're Albany, you take down the Zarya, which is a good pick for you, because now that forces Wayne State all the way back, although Marion going down, and you're going to have the Sojourns traded out. Right now it's a trade fight, but if you're Wayne State, you're kind of liking your odds right now in a 3v2 situation, and it could go either way, but they build the grab up in time. The Sound Barrier might be of good case. They still trade out, and it's going to be Wayne State looking like they've won this fight.
Yeah, what a play from Wayne State there. Whispers just gets that Sound Barrier in time. It's like, all right, try and get it. And able to counter out that grab from Sunny, which if that does land without that Sound Barrier involved, you lose both your healers. I think Albany maybe brings that back. Traditionally, like, if you lose your Zarya so early in the fight, you're like, okay, probably need to back up. But when you have somebody like Frambe on your team, the odds are never 2 against you.
Oh, let's see if Dials go against here. You're going to have the application matrix in, as well as a Graviton search that is big. 4 people inside of it, but the immortality field saves everything. So Mooseman's grab goes for basically nothing, and Albany's going to turn the script rather, back into their favor.
Yeah, it is able to turn it around just like that. Ski's going off and now has that blade as well ready and online. And honestly, Albany, ever since losing that initial fight where they got maybe a tiny bit too aggressive, they've been really good about controlling these fights, and now are able just to go with the blade. It's gonna get one, gonna be able to get a few with the cleanup as well. It's just near team kill gonna come out. There it is, Moose Milk getting taken down, and Albany just keep on rolling with still a Sound Barrier in their back pocket.
And you wonder if these types of situations, does it count for the challenges? Does it count for the daily challenges for the team kill? But no, we'll see them coming with 71% and rolling right now, as you were saying earlier. The team right now is being able to turn that around, and now we'll have a Blade there. No, Blade's not going to come out just yet. The sound barrier is there, but now the Blade opting to come out, but it may be too little too late for Wayne State. There's already 2 players going down. That's both of the sports down for Wayne State, already having to back off, and Ski going down is the only person that's going to go down here in the meanwhile. 90%. Wayne State in tough situation here, desperation mode, if you will, because now they're going on to rush characters. Is this Lucio, this D.Va, and this Tracer going to make it in time? It looks like they will just touch in time. But with the trade-off for right now, Albany's going to take this, especially in a rush composition. And they still have it up top, trying to get the cleanup there. They do get the Sojourn trade. And this Wayne State change might actually be working for them. In fact, they catch them off guard, and they've got 4, and they flip.
They're able to flip it off, and a part of it is just Ginger Hair going on the high ground, uncontested, able to nail a few down. You are stuck now in a comp that's maybe not the greatest against Zarya, because I would say Zarya's the only hard counter to D.Va currently in the tank line, and with the grab almost online, you really just need to race to get that before Whispers hits that sound barrier.
Well, sound barrier coming up, as well as the grabs on Surge for Sunny too, so we'll see if that works out. Grabs on Surge is big, that gets 3 people, but the sound barrier there to counteract for right now. But underneath, Moosebug trying to do something to help the team out. Unfortunately, it's not going to look like it's working in their favor. Ski pulls out the blade to swing away, get this D.Va, get this Lucio. And right now, it's looking all good for Albany here with 72% coming up for Wayne State, or 73. Albany's going to get the first map on Mecha Base.
Just back and forth. Again, the Wayne State with those stall characters, yes, that initial fight catches them off guard, able to roll it, but just Albany has the better comp on paper. When that second fight engages, Wayne State also don't have the ultimates, but so many of them had to swap. So now as we get ready to go downtown, I do think Albany, especially right now, Sunny's been playing extremely well, and being able to organize and kind of communicate with Ski when they're going in and some of these dashes, giving them the bubbles so they get even more value than what they were earlier on, especially over From Bay. And Wayne State at least teasing something else right now outside of that traditional Zarya comp, shoving Moose Milk on that Winston.
Yeah, they're going with the Winston, and From Bay sticking on the Tracer now. I mean, they're going to have the Sojourn there for the long range, but for right now, Wayne State looking like they want to play up close and personal with this team, and so far they're chasing this Lucio down. Lucio's having to go all the way back to the other side, and that's going to force them out for right now, giving Wayne State a little bit of time before this Lucio does come back in. Immortality field used on either side, but Ski going down very early on is a good sign if you're Wayne State. 4 seconds until the point unlocks, and it looks like Wayne State's happy to, or rather Albany's just happy to just give this one up for right now. They are not playing forward, knowing that they're going to run into basically what is a rush here for Wayne State. The Winston, as the fight continues on, they do get the flip for the Wildcats for right now. From is going to go in the back line, see if they can pick off anything. Immortality field is back up for both sides right now, though. It doesn't really matter as Moose Milk and Whispers both going down. So an early flip for Wayne State, but it's looking pretty decent here for Albany to take it right back. A storyline we saw early on, but Albany gets the flip.
Yeah, it's just like Mecha Base first time around, other than just, 10% quicker this time if you are Albany. And they're able to take that fight a little slow. Like, as you said, you don't have to rush it right away. It's okay if they get 20 or so % on there. Your comp is better than theirs just because of your tank line and drawing these fights out, building up that Zarya charge, and now already halfway to that grabbing on Moose Milk. Actually doing a really good job building up that primal, getting a lot of damage and pressure on the Ski, denying their ability to get into the back line.
Here comes Moose Milk. That's going to go right in. Astroworld just going to move him right out of the bubble for right now. So the fight plays on, but a great headshot on the Sojourn from Sumerian there. The blade is pulled out from Ski, which gets rid of the Immortality field, which gets rid of Waffle Art. And the 2 DPS ults are going to be enough for Albany to win this fight, although they also do invest the Application Matrix as well. It does not matter. It's a good win there for Albany.
Yeah, great win there for Albany. That Ant Matrix paired up with Sumerian. This nice little headshot on Moose Milk just shuts down the entire Wayne State attack. It seemed like they were kind of anticipating Moose Milk to get that primal when they jumped in to draw out that fight, but weren't able to that time around, but now have some ultimates on the board, including that Ant Matrix from Waffle.
Well, they're going to jump again right in, but this Winston really having no success as of right now. That Genji going oh so low, but now the sound barrier out. And Sunny 91% to a Graviton Surge. Might not even need to use it for this. Might not even need to use it at all. But for right now, both of the sword turns are traded out. Graviton Surge is built up by Sunny, which is going to get a kill onto Wallflower and uses the Immortality Field at the same time. Primal Rage there, maybe to get something or anything happening to maybe displace them. For right now, though, I mean, you get the Lucio out of this, and you do get the Genji. I mean, that's huge for you right now, especially when you're trying to win the trade fight. And so now Ginger Hair back into the game, does get the picks, and now it's a 2v5 situation, which means if you're Albany, you're not liking your chances of winning this fight. It's only the Zarya left on point. Overtime clock is started, though, so it's one fight territory here for Albany to try and win this out. But with the Zarya gone, it's only a Lucio to hold on. It looks like they're going to be able to flip, and Ski still, I mean, this is really good stagger fight. Unfortunately, in Control, it really doesn't matter. You do get 99% though out of it.
Yeah, you get the 99%. They're just getting that little bit extra all charge. But honestly, Albany just, they keep on doing their thing, man. There's not much that Wayne State's been able to do. The Winston pick hasn't really worked out the way they've wanted it to. And Whispers on the Moira as well with the map. It's been a little bit of a weird combo because they don't have that speed to really drive Moose Milk into these engagements.
The application matrix is going to be used, and yes, used on both sides here. And there's the blade out from Ski, which gets one. Looking to dash away for two. Looking for a third. Won't happen for right now. Now you got the blade out from Frambe, but this might not find much, if anything, here, because he is just knocked away. And right now, it's all Albany in control. The Great Danes are going to win Mecha Base 2-0 on an impressive streak for them. They're up 1-0 in the series.
Just a beautiful display from Albany. The team play at just the highest ability right now. You even saw it at the end there when Ski was getting targeted after they were done with their blade, puts the bubble on him, making sure that their Genji can stay alive, and they eventually went out to fight. And Ski, man, especially in the early game of Mecha Base here, was just going crazy into the back line of the Wildcats, and Wayne State really just didn't have any answers for it. They tried to go to the Moira. I was like, all right, maybe indirectly kind of counter with that Genji a little bit. Does not work, because at that point, you don't have Soundbearer for Grav or Blade. So at that point, once Albany were able to start rotating those ultimates, Wayne State had no answers.
Yeah, and Wayne State's just coming up with basically nothing. Although you can say it wasn't all for nothing. They did get a few highlights out of that, and they will be picking the next side coming up next in our next map. But I mean, there was a couple of good moments there. They obviously had a few fights where they get 73% on Mecha Base. They got a few percentage on downtown as well. So hey, not too bad, not too shabby of a start for them if you're looking at it from a good perspective, if you're looking from a glass half full perspective. So now we come up with the next map here, and Eichenwald comes up into perspective here for their next map, and with choosing sides will be the side of Wayne State, but maybe choosing sides makes a difference here. I mean, you're probably picking defense first if you're on the losing side right now, especially on Eichenwald, just to see what Albany's going to pull out here. But for this at the very least, I mean, what does Wayne State have to do to adjust in order to get back at Albany here?
I think you need to put a little bit more pressure onto the back line of Albany, because it seemed like the supports and Sumerian just had free range. They were kind of just chilling. Yes, you try and use the Winston to dive in, and they just get booped away. They bubble their targets, and they just couldn't get anything done because they couldn't really engage fully into that back line. And because they were on the Tracer, it really didn't work out. Like, the Tracer couldn't get into the positions to help out their tank in some of these dives. I agree with you. I would probably go defense first here if I was Wayne State. Try and get a read on what Albany is going to be doing on their attack. And then from there, you can kind of alter your strategy a bit. Because I think, especially in Overwatch 2, it is so much more a game of counters. You were countering each other out way more, especially in that tank line, than you did in Overwatch 1. And especially, like, if you see a Diva come out, all right, go Zarya, just because defense matrix doesn't mean a thing to Zarya Beam. So I'm kind of curious to see what they're going to be able to pull out. And I don't know. Personally, I don't think the Moira was a great call. I think she's probably one of the weaker supports right now. But I like the thought behind it. Like, you want to try and cancel out Ski, try and deny their value, but I don't know if that was just the right direction to go. I think this is, though, with the Mei coming out from Ginger Hair. I like that call. But at least try and slow the fight down and use those walls to really draw out those bubbles really early from Sunny.
Well, let's see. I mean, the Mei can slow down anything else, really. I mean, other than like you were saying, slows down and pulls out the bubbles here from Wayne State, and that Blizzard still freezes everything in sight if it does get pulled out. So, hey, if this works, Wayne State's got a comp that they can use, especially against the Zarya composition. But right now, Albany opting not to use the Genji here, instead opting for the Reaper if for the defensive side at the very least. Samaritan's going to try to get a few pickoffs here, but Wayne State is going to go on the attacking side first. And they're pulling out the Reinhardt here as well, so maybe trying to see if they can get the double wall with the Reinhardt and the Mei wall up for right now, although this may, I think, trap that Reinhardt for a little while from the looks of it, but got them back into play, and now it's just another hold right here underneath the overpass. They get rid of the Immortality Field, they get rid of Moose Milk to start, and Albany off to a very quick start here as you get rid of one of each role, and that's going to force Albany back, or rather Wayne State just back a little bit.
Yeah, I do think Chichuhair accidentally walled off Moose Milk. That was definitely a whoops on there, and I have a feeling was communicated very quickly, as it also draws out Immortality Field from Waffle Art, so they can't get Moose Milk out later, and now Ski's just in the back having a good time, able to get Whispers and able to get out.
He's not able to get out. Yep, Whisper and Frambe both go down, and so now Gingerhair just sitting here, just watching as he's surrounded by every single thing possible, and the Mei goes down. And yet, I mean, that's 2 quick fights and a minute 10 gone, but already Samaritan's going to have an overclock Ski very close to a Death Blossom too.
Yeah, Ski, just no matter what flex DPS you're putting him on right now, he's just excelling on pushing the agenda. Wayne State haven't had any answers for it, and now going to be the backline again.
Now the backline just getting caught out by this Reaper, and the Reaper gets away scot-free. Yet again, gets Frambe, gets the Immortality Field down, and now the Death Blossom in the backline getting 2. That's both the tank and the Lucio, and it's another quick fight when halfway through, Samaritan's just gonna show dominance right out the spawn door, and right now it's all Albany.
All Albany all day currently is Wayne State just, they haven't been able to get through choke, and usually it's like, all right, with the Mei, you're gonna try and wall off, at least on this point, wall off a side, and go to the other side, right? Probably to the left side around tower. They haven't even been able to get through Archway just because they're trying to take it a little slow, constantly looking for Ski.
Ski going down there. They almost had him with 15 health. Has the Earth Shatter available. Earth Shatter gets 2 in the backline with the Immortality Field there to cover, and Ski gets moved out before he can do any other damage. The Sound Barrier is infested from Wayne State. It's too little, too late. And again, another defensive hold here from Albany. They've wasted 2.5. And now Wayne State's got nothing else to do but switch.
Yeah, they had to switch. Tank line, they use both support ultimates. It's nothing Wayne State's been doing right now has been working just because Albany's playing it perfectly. They're trying to play these angles. They have Ski constantly in the back line and trying to draw out value. And as soon as he gets pressured, Sunny has both ally bubbles that they just put out of him. They get out scot-free. And at that point, Wayne State has used so many resources, they can't engage.
Well, the Graviton Surge is out. Big one gets 3 inside. The only thing that can save you now is the Immortality Field. Runaway is the Disruptor shot. Gets Waffle Art, although Sunny does go down in a straight-off value for right now, but 2 people going down for Wayne State, not looking great. I mean, you can see them playing back here around the corner, and it's going to be a fight win for Wayne State, but for how long?
Yeah, honestly, I don't think it'll be very long. Sunny, them dying normally would be a bad thing, but when you have a DPS line of Ski and Sumerian, it's so hard for Wayne State to try and go through it. Just like that, Death Blossom with the bubble, able to get to 3, and it's just, well, yep, time to go back to the spawn room if you're Wayne State. That's kind of been the entirety of this map for them. They've not even got close to point. They've barely got through Archway, and Albany just keep rotating these ults. Now they have Amp Matrix and Overclock to go together in this potential final fight of their defense.
Well, the Dragon's also available. Frambe's going to use the Dragons very early on here to just maybe scout them out just a little bit and find out. But Ski's in this backline again. They know where Ski is, and Ski's in a lot of trouble. No Wraith Form to get away at 54 health, but nobody's going to be able to touch the point in time. They try to focus him down, but nobody touches in time, and that's it. It's a full hold for for Albany here. So 1 tick in 4 minutes gives them the 2-0 lead.
It was the Lucio from Wayne State that tried to touch, and Whispers just couldn't get there. They get a rail shot to the head from Sumerian. I would have liked them to maybe keep the Dragon. I do understand it to a degree of, all right, trying to make some space with it so you can finally get through that choke, but you almost have Grav as well. I think Moosewick was at like 92% to their ult at that point. So, like, maybe just try and build it up a little bit more, but I think that is the downfall of them losing that previous fight so badly, is because Moose Milk, even if they live, let's say 5-10 seconds longer, or they're able to survive, they build up so much ult charge that they're able to use that combo early, and they don't have any problems with Whisper's touching point. Now they're in a very tough situation. I would dare say near impossible, as you have to full hold for 4 minutes after Albany didn't even let you get near the point. And they've mastered this composition with the Zarya and the Flex DPS. It's been, Ski on the Reaper and on the Genji so far. And even when that doesn't work, Sumerian's hitting their shots. So for Wayne State, I don't even know what to tell you at this point. The Orisa call, I like trying to go for a niche pick. I just worry that every time they use Javelin Spin, Sunny's just going to beam him down.
Yeah, so Wayne State, Wildcats are in a lot of trouble here. Hoping for the best they can hope for is a tie as the doors unlock and we're underway here. Albany saying, well, from map 1, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Ski back on the Genji, so see if this works out in their favor. 349, they have their, like you were saying about the composition, Orisa now in play. First time we're going to see the Orisa here. And Gingerher does hit the wall, but the wall doesn't find anybody on the other side of it. In fact, now Gingerher in so much trouble, having to already revert to Ice Form, and now that's already gone. Now we see the first glimpse of the payload here, and Sunny's already got 2 running them down inside of the side room, and this is going to be pretty much an all-for-nothing fight. In just a matter of a couple of seconds, it's going to be Albany winning out this fight. You've only got the Genji left to worry about, and in the matter of 31 seconds, or 41 seconds, Albany's going to get the win here on Eichenwald. So a 41-second take lands up with them with a 2-0 lead.
Wow. Albany, they came to play, that's for sure, especially this man right here, Ski. Again, the teamwork, they use Lamp on their own Death Blossom to make sure, like, all right, yeah, Ski, just go in. Don't worry about your life at all. It doesn't matter how gutsy, potentially stupid this Death Blossom is. We got you. Like, we're going to use Bubble on you. We're going to use Lamp on you. You're fine. And honestly, that's when Ski is able to play like that, just so free. Like, honestly, just goes to the back, doesn't care. They know they're safe. They're going to get healed up and bubbled or whatever. They don't have to care about their life that much. And no matter what, they got out. And Wayne State, I think, I don't know. It seemed like they really never got the pacing of the match. Like, even that first fight, they wall themselves off. They get their Ryan shield broke. The Ryan pick, I don't mind it early, but I think if you get shut down that fast and you realize, like, hey, we can't even push in here, maybe the swap earlier would have helped, but honestly, with the way Albany are playing, there's only so many things you can do except wait for them to make a mistake.
Yeah, and right now, Albany is making little to no mistakes, especially on that Eichenwald map. You can't really, you gotta hope, if you're hoping for a gap if you're hoping for a gap of space, Albany is not giving it to you, especially in that second map. It only took them 41 seconds to cap that point on Eichenwald here. So Albany's up 2-0 against Wayne State again after Busan 173, 158 on the Mecha Base and downtown respectively. Albany's up 2-0. And right now, I mean, Wayne State's got to find an answer. Next map up is going to be Dorado, which is Escort, but we can't really go off of anything on Escort because we didn't get to see the payload unlocked for the first point, at the very least, back on Eichenwald. So, I mean, maybe it's a change of pace, especially since it's not a control point. Maybe this is Wayne State. I mean, we've seen where teams are better at escorts than control points. So maybe this is Wayne State College's turn to show up. But for right now, I mean, it's not looking good, especially if you're down 2-0 in the series.
Yeah, that's the kind of the way you have to look at it right now, right? Like, at this point, you put the 2 first games behind you. If anything, you take a little bit from Busan, because again, you looked good at points. I think if you were Wayne State, please pick defense first. That's all I'm gonna say. Pick defense first. You can get your bearings a little bit. But the other bright side for them is they do pick offense first. They did show a little bit of dive once over on Busan downtown. So at least for especially the second part of this map and kind of this opening phase, they're at least comfortable on comps that can really work against these Zarya compositions if they get split up a little bit. I like right now they're pulling out the Diva. The Pharmacy is an interesting call, but I wonder if it's going to work. I think it actually might be. It might be one of those wild enough calls that I don't think teams are really expecting Pharmacy as of late. You throw it in here, you throw it in Moose Milk trying to finish up those targets. It could work.
It could, but we've seen Sumerian hit some shots, especially on that, especially on the Sojourn earlier on. Now switching on over the Ash, a little more precise in this case, so this could work out. And well, as I say that, Sumerian takes down from base. So despite the difference in projectiles to hit scan, hey, look, Sumerian's still hitting shots. We've got The Sojourn on Ginger Hair almost going down oh so low. So is Moose Smoke. I mean, a lot of this team going down to about half health. And again, Frambe taken out of the skies from Ski as he dashed away. Ski is slept and is able to get away. Somebody wakes him up just a little bit too early. And the deflection gets the Mercy. And right now, it's just a dash away back to the spawn room for this team of Wayne State. Albany gets the fight win with 45 seconds gone.
Man, that's a rough reality check if you're Frambe. It's like, all right, get some damage on a Ski early, then headshot by Sumerian. Gets rezzed, you get dove by Ski. That's a rough reality check to come on. Yeah, they already just like, nah, we're not even gonna try and deal with this. Going over to the Genji, Moose Milk back onto the Winston. They're gonna be a little more selective with who they're diving here on the side ground.
Yeah, and they still opt to stick with the Mercy as well as the Ana here, but Ski in the back again. I mean, what else do you want him to do at this point? Ski's just going on a rampage, gets 2 on the dash away here, looking for the Mercy for a 3rd. And right now, this team from Albany, unstoppable. Basically halfway through this map already. And, I mean, does get slept, but nobody there to follow up, honestly. And this is just going to be a protection now. Ski's the president. They protect him, and he gets away.
Hey, President now up on the high ground. At least for Whispers, like, you live. Like, I don't think, if you miss that sleep, you're going to have to respawn, and you're going to have to wait even longer to initiate this fight. For Wayne State, and they don't even have that many ults. They're going to have Nano, but it doesn't matter when he's in the back line. And actually countered out decently well. A 1-for-1 trade. It's not horrible.
Well, not bad, but you lose a healer in the meantime, although it does get rezzed up by Wallflower. Doesn't matter, though, when Frambe and Ginger Hair are going down oh so low. Wallflower able to get the res up on the Whisper. And look, Frambe does go down, so right now, again, Wayne State having no answers. And it's only a minute. I mean, it's a minute 50 left to go, but you're even going to wonder if they can make it around the first turn.
Yeah, that's the worry right now. It's just like, I can vote, like, they couldn't get past first archway this time around. They can't get around this first corner, and that's a start, but they've only had to use 2 ults this target, now 3 if you're Albany.
Well, it's not bad, though. You do get Wallflower in the back line, though, but it's still, and now, I mean, they get rid of the Bob. You've got some space now being made by this Winston, so you've got Sunny down. I mean, that's big for you. And you're going to be able to make it underneath this archway. The Ash is the only person left that can contest this. Somehow gets Moose Milk out of this and gets Ginger Hair. Gets 2 despite the fact that he was all by himself. And so Sumerians got themselves kind of a decent trade.
Yeah, oh, an amazing trade. You'd kill 2, you force out res. They're not going to have that till about the 45-second mark now. It's not a bad trade if you're Albany, and now you're able to go in with this grab.
Well, the grab goes in. Oh, it hits the bubble! And now the Primal Rage gets himself out of it, so the bubble kind of clutched there to save the rest of the team. Sunny's going to have to dive around, and the Primal Rage gets both of the Immortality Field and Storm Eagle simultaneously. Overclock is used in basically desperation situation, but Wayne State College is going to see their first map point of this entire series.
And that's the confidence boost you needed if you're Wayne State. It took you so long to build some of these ultimates, and it's not even like you needed one of your own. It was more an accidental hero play coming in from Moose Milk with the bubble coming through, able to kind of capture that grab, and all they have to do is pop Primal and they're fine. So now, in just under 3 minutes, and you're able to slowly kind of dissect what Albany wants to run.
There's Frambe in the back line, has the blade, decides not to use it as the rest of the team drops. Sumerian gets a kill with the dynamite. Even while they're being pushed away, that dynamite explodes very early on, and now Frambe going down. Both of the DPSs are gone. And so Wayne State having a backup very early on, but 2.5 minutes left to go on the clock. You're going to have something coming up with the Nano Blade, but, I mean, the Sound Barrier might counter that already.
Yeah, if you can try and get out Sound Barrier early, if you're Wayne State, that'd be huge, but I'm honestly not even sure what you're going to use it for unless you're able to somehow draw out some sort of just push in, and Matrix early, just going to force Wayne State to kind of look at this again.
The Nano Blade is out. There's the Soundbird, but it's not going to happen in time before Storm Eagle goes down, so that's a big support gone. And now you have Sumerian to worry about in the backline, and Astroworld right in front of you to worry about as well. Whispers tries to throw Bione, but it gets eaten up by Sunny's defense matrix. And again, this dynamite from above is just causing so much havoc. And Bob, I don't think it's slept. I think they missed the Bob there for right now. The self-destruct is out just to clear out the point. And for right now, it's looking like Albany's going to get themselves a fight win. And in fact, that is the case with the D bottom mech. They're just going to keep him bottom mech.
There's no way for them to even get pressure on a Sumerian, because every time Frambe or Moose Milk try and dive that high ground, Ski's just waiting up there like, hello, I'm the bodyguard now. I was the president earlier, just a few minutes ago, but now I'm protecting Sumerian. Like they're the president, and they've just been able to build up this dynamite damage. Wayne State are constantly trying to heal themselves back up when they only really have decent healings coming in from Whispers.
Oh boy. Ski again from above. Justice reigns from above to below in Reaper's case. Drops down for a double, gets a 3K, and it's a team kill again for Albany, which means 45 seconds. Wayne State in desperation with only an overclock coming up at the very most.
Yeah, Ski is back again. Hide your back line because he's just dominating. You can see him just kind of hiding as well right now. Going to try and get another pick off, and no, this time to put Waffler onto the Moira. Ski's at least gonna get found out early and will be able to get out, but at the flank this time, not gonna work out.
Well, they backs off for right now, so I mean, hey, I mean, that's a minor win for you for right now if you're Wayne State, but for Albany side, you've got a lot. You've got the Bob coming up. Sixth man is out and ready to play. That's going to go above the roof, and it's still causing havoc down there. Ginger Hair is taken down by the hands of Bob. The sixth man causing so much panic and placed in such a good position that really 3 people going down is of no issue for Albany as they get the position, they get the plays in time, get the sit-down kill on the Astroworld, but this might not matter too much, especially in a 4v1 situation. You get Sunny out of mech, but the trade fight continues on. Ski does have the Death Blossom to use down in the back line, which they will use right away. It will take down Frambe, will bleed away the clock, and Albany's got some distance to make, but right now Albany with a good hold, only giving up 1 point in 33.53 meters.
Score.
Yeah, it just seems like Albany was like, okay, you know, we gave them that. They screwed up a little bit. It's fine, and then from there, it's just, again, there's no pressure on Sumerian on that high ground. There's absolutely none. Every time that Ginger Hair tried to kind of put some pressure up there, whether it be from disruptor shots or trying to send some railgun shots up there, it either missed or at that point, Sumerian's like, all right, I'll just back up for a few seconds, you know, chuck a dynamite in, chuck Bob in, you know, I can just relax up there. There's no fear in the world if you're a Sumerian, because you know there's nothing they can really do. If they have Moose Milk try and dive you on the high ground, guess what? Your entire back line is open for Ski and company just to push on through. It's the perfect combo that Albany has right now. No wonder they haven't dropped a map so far this season. And now, as you said, in a pretty decent spot to get the 3-0 sweep tonight and not even worrying about heading to push on Esperanza.
Yeah, Esperanza, actually the newest map so far, but we might not be able to see it at all, especially with the way Albany is looking right now, looking for a broom out of the closet. It is peaking. They've only got 1 point, or they only have to get the first point, plus 33.53 meters, but if Wayne State can replicate what Albany did on their first point, they've got a shot at this, but Wayne State opting to pull out the Sombra, and they're going to pull out the Genji as well, so I mean, and I think this is the first time we see a Brigida, right?
Yeah, first time we've seen a Brigida, and first time we've seen a Sombra today. And I like the Sombra pick here. Try and deal with Ski a little bit more hands-on, especially Sunny as well, as long as you don't get caught out too early.
Oh, he gets peaked very early on, actually. Gets caught out just a little while, gets touched by any physical body there, but Moose Milk already down to half health. There's a lot of fighting going on in that upper area, especially when you've got the Lucio, or when you've got the Genji up there as well, so there's just a lot of damage being poured out upstairs, and right now, they've already got, and remember, folks, Wayne State's attack, they couldn't get it past the first world for a little while, and now this team from Albany with so much pressure, they've already got it underneath the archway, and they've already got 2 picks out of it, make it a third and a fourth, and so for Albany, it's not looking too hard.
Yeah, Albany's like, what took you guys so long? Like, we just pushed right on through it, just like, I can vote again, like, one fight, all right, Albany's through, they get this first checkpoint because of when Wayne State died, they're not able to recontest. And at this point, you got 5.5 minutes to hold a part of the map that historically, in normal circumstances, is not really easy to hold.
Well, they got to make basically the impossible happen here. 5:15 to hold this all the way through. And look, they're already at 25 meters out. They do switch on over to the Cassidy, which does get the magnetic grenade out onto Ski. And so for right now, it's not looking too bad. It's not looking too bad if you're Wayne State. You get a fight win, but you got to hold on for about 5 more minutes here, which seems nearly impossible in this case.
Especially with Albany playing the way they are, Sumerian's going to try and get out. Actually does get that Mega. Wow. I'm not sure if they're going to be fully able to get out, but Moose Milk doesn't really have too much support over here, but eventually get taken out by Waffler. But this cart keeps on pushing.
The cart moves, and it's within 5 meters. somebody's got to touch, which they do, finally. So no letter number just yet. But 4:30 on the clock here. And Albany's got a lot of ults to work with, especially if they want to push through. They opt not to for right now, just saving back just a little while. They speed boost the bomb way in the back line, and it's not going to find anything. Now they pull out the blade, but it gets canceled out. Whispers does get taken down on the back line, but that's traded out as Frame able to stop Ski from doing any more damage for right now. Ginger Her almost to an overclock. They have the 6-man out and available for Sumerian, who's going to be able to do a lot of damage, and now Ginger Her just in so much trouble. Bob doing what they can. The Coalescence trying to be able to keep up more than ever here, but with Sumerian hitting shots like this, it's pretty much all but a given here that Albany's going to be able to bring the broom out of the closet, and the Great Danes have themselves a 3-0 record and a 3-0 win here against Wayne State.
What a way just to continue on the season here if you're Albany. 9-0 in the map count now. 3-0 in the overall season outlook, and Ski again. Them and Sumerian, what a wombo combo they are. Like, it's insane. Like, okay, if you want to play up close, you want to get these dives in, Ski just constantly getting value. And at that point, when Ski was more almost used as like a distraction for Albany, right? Like, all right, go in, Ski, like get some value, get some attention on you, so Sumerian can peek out and pop a few heads when, you know, they're trying to chase you down. It's just the perfect plan for Albany. Shout out to the supports as well. We didn't get to talk about them too much tonight because they didn't do anything wrong. Like, usually when supports, like, they're usually doing something wrong, or, you know, they're kind of out of position. They did everything right. They kept their team up for a lot of this, especially their DPS, and the coordination this team has. That's all I gotta say. They're scary. I wouldn't want any team right now. I would not want to play the Great Danes.
Yeah, Great Danes looking very great right now. 3-0 to start on a record. Like you said, has not dropped a single map, and not dropping a single map in this series either. 3-0, so they're up to a 9-0 map record. That's looking scary, especially when you consider it's 3 weeks in, 6 weeks total in the regular season until we get to the playoff rounds. I mean, Great Danes, Albany looking very clean for right now. We will see if we can get an interview, but we will take a break first. On the other side, we'll get an interview, or we'll wrap things up. Albany winning 3-0. We'll be right back on ECAC.
Of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
We all got a thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means everything. Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Welcome back, everybody, inside of the booth here. Clutchkey alongside Twin Salty. And joining us right now from the winning team of Albany is Astroworld. And Aster doing a wonderful job there for you guys, especially for the Great Danes. Now 3-0 on the season, halfway through the 6 weeks of gameplay here. How does your team feel going in 3-0?
Really solid start, I gotta say, especially with Overwatch 2. We're kind of going in with a blank slate for every team, especially because of how different of a game it is with different pacing and things like that. So, but yeah, super excited for the rest of the season. I think this was a good display for what type of team we're coming as. So yeah, excited.
Yeah, you guys, especially map 1, after that, we're like, okay, you know, this is going to be a close game. After maps 2 and 3, you guys just started really throwing haymakers. What was the comms like, especially in map 2, where it seemed like nothing was not going your way?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is like keeping composed, because at that point, it's really just like with that momentum, you just want to make sure you don't push too hard or like give them too much opportunity to get a chance. So honestly, the biggest thing was like just controlling ults, controlling you know, pacing and things like that. Shout out to Ski. I mean, he does a great job at I think you guys saw with the highlights, he was calling a lot of engagements and things like that. So yeah, we definitely just kept a good flow throughout the entire match. So yeah.
Yeah, that was something we want to talk about. Is it seemed like the coordination, especially between Sunny and Ski, was so good. Like, especially with the bubble engages, the immortality fields as well. The one on Eichenwald to basically save him from his own Death Blossom. How has Ski really evolved as that leader? Because it seemed like every single fight, you guys were all coordinated on who to engage on and when.
Yeah, honestly, I can't gas Ski any further. Like we've been playing since we were freshmen, right when this program started 3 years ago. So we've been playing for a minute now. He's been grinding since then. So Sonny is a new player on our team. He's actually a freshman, so shout out to him as well for acclimating so well. But honestly, they've been working really well together. But yeah, Ski definitely sets a large pace. He's heavily vocal in the Discord, as you could probably assume, calling for bubbles and things like that. And it definitely helps the flow a lot. So yeah, but Sunny, obviously new to the team, acclimated well. They've been like playing comp and things like that together. So you could definitely see the synergy there.
Yeah, and you guys are working well with that synergy, and now you join the ranks of some of the great teams here that we know of, right? Fisher, Pace, a lot of these well-known teams, as well as you guys up here with the 3-0 situation. Moving forward, you guys are 3 games away from completing an undefeated thing. We don't know what who your opponents are going to be here within the next 3 weeks just yet, but still, being 3 games away before you guys go undefeated, what's the mentality going to be like moving forward going into these last 3 games of the regular season?
Yeah, I mean, especially because like midterm times and thing like that right now. So it's definitely like a lot of practice, a lot of like just making sure we're keeping the tempo, not just slacking off because we're doing so well. It's obviously it's a regular season then the playoffs, so we're definitely just preparing to get to that point. So definitely not going to rush any types of steps. We're going to get there when we do, but super excited to be at that level, at that ranking with such notable teams, and yeah, we're looking for it all. So we're excited to honestly just keep going and just keep improving.
And you were talking about the playoffs earlier as well. Right now, well on your way to the playoffs. 3-0 start. And Astroworld, to your team, good luck the rest of the way, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
And that was Astroworld here, and we welcome you back inside of the booth with me and Twin Salty here. And so, I mean, what a signified overall team there from Albany. Again, 3-0 start for them, and on their way to the playoffs, joining a lot of good teams that are up there with 3-0. Now it's just the rest of the way to prove what they got.
Yeah, I think for them right now is just, as he said, like, keep your composure. And I think, and maybe slip just that tiny bit on that Toronto defense. I kind of a mixture of that. I think Wayne State just honestly had a really good setup on their engage. But I think from here on out for them, just keep that coordination going. You're going to play harder and harder. Teams are going to push you. What I want to see from them, especially in these final 3 weeks, if a team does push you, how do you adapt? How do you answer that? Because from Wayne State, it seemed like when they got pushed back, especially on that control, they couldn't really adapt. They weren't able to answer back to the call that Albany was trying to call out. So I think for Albany, especially when they play maybe a team like Fisher, like if you have one of those top 3-0 teams that are really giving you your money's worth, how are you going to be able to answer?
Yeah, and we didn't really see any changes that we saw today other than just an absolute roll based on what they were given and what they threw at Wayne State College. So let's see what they bring the rest of the way. 3-0 start, like we've been saying. Great Danes off to a running start as well as Wayne State, although they dropped to 2-1. We'll see what they bring the rest of the way. Twin Salty, thank you very much. And thank you to our Prod Cool as well. We've got Pat Games 808 and Professor Layton back in studio. Cool Scooter Obs as well, and Astroworld for joining us later on in the program as well. Thank you to everybody that made the stream possible. That's it for today. And we'll see you guys in the future. Final score again, Albany winning 3-0 over Wayne State College, advancing on 3-0 in the standings. Until next time, guys, take care, everybody.
Peace.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer. Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment. At any scale. It's not for everyone. But if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Jeez, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
We all got a thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do.